Hi, I'm Brad Knowles, producer of Friday Night Flies, hosted by Scott LeBoldis and Scotty Holmes. Enjoy the show.
All right, Scotty. Friday Night Flies, welcome to the show.
Yeah.
Take it away, my friend.
How's it going, everybody? It's Boulder. It's Friday Night Flies. Of course, we're in Spud Valley Sporting Goods, where we love to tie flies. 1380 Bird Street, downtown Pemberton. Fish finder, right there. I was out on the river today practicing casting. That's what it felt like. Tough river conditions. But yeah, we're back with a whole bunch of episodes tonight, so stay tuned for the duration. This is show number 1 for the day. Ethan's going to be up. I know Zach's probably sent in a couple of videos.
Yeah, he's got a couple. Yeah, we've got a couple videos from Bass Pro Tawasin and Tawasin. Bass Pro Tawasin and Tawasin.
Yep.
And I might even tie.
And we're going to try to twist Brad's arm to get him in here, because I know I just got back from the river, so I saw all the texts that Zach and him were doing. And how about this fly? How about that fly? How about it? And they were looking pretty good. So let's see if we can get Brad in here. And I heard the chime of Scotty Holmes walking in. Are you tying? Yeah.
So what are you tying today, Scotty?
So we're doing a caddis. So this is a CDC horned
Caddis
pupa. So
you want to go down there? And
let's go down and I'll
let's hold on before you take it out.
I'll do a little.
Yeah, do the old slow roll.
So this one has a couple. What makes this different and why we're doing it? You got a couple new techniques going on. One, the body is not dubbed. It is using. We'll get this going the right way. There we go.
You're catching too much light there. I couldn't read it. There it is. Uni yarn.
Uni yarn. So this is a nice material. It's going to really speed up some of those like hairsier nymphs and stuff like that, like your smaller nymphs.
So this is a new product by.
I don't think it's new. It's new to me.
New to you?
New to me.
No, that's been around for a while.
Yeah, it's been around a while. But
Okay.
it speeds things up, and then you got the scud back, shell back, so you can see that we have that alternating pattern. So we'll show you how to put this all together, and we're also using some new dubbing, which is a CDC dubbing, which I've made just by cutting the CDC fibers off. So we got a little bit of
everything. A
little bit of tricks in there. So let's go down there and we'll get this thing cranking. I like to fish this pattern around September, October. I really, when I'm on the river, I see a lot of case caddises, and there's one particular back eddy or kind of side stream that's on our river that it just gets loaded up with caddises. So as the summer progresses, I get to see them actually grow and change. And when I step in there, there's normally like a couple of hundred caddis all over this dead pool that's back there. And once I go in there and I start seeing that the numbers have really dwindled, then I start throwing these pupas out, because it's their swimming stage. So they get out of their cocoons, they're a little bit more developed, and then they start moving around and hunting a little bit before turning into the adult fly, which is their final stage. So we got our thread on there. I'm just using some 8/0 camel colored, just matching the fly. And we got it on our size 8 curved caddis hook. Pretty simple so far. Because I was talking so much, I forgot all about the weight. So let's just backtrack here.
Anyhow, we
rewind. Yeah. Sorry, guys, got sidetracked.
Dana Harrison says, hello from Nelson, gents.
Hey.
Well, hello from Pemberton.
Hello from Pemby.
It was actually sunny today.
It was quite nice out there.
The sun was out.
So, what I meant to start us off with is lead tape. So, I got it pre-sliced here. So you can see I got all my slices in that I just do with a ruler and X-Acto. I got my nice strip of that. Now let's start this fly off properly, eh? Yeah, I just have a shitty one that's...
I just use scissors, I'm lazy.
And then, because that way I can get a whole bunch of them done all at once. So, we get it on, and I'm leaving a little bit of room from the eye. I don't want it right behind the eye. I gotta leave room to be able to tie all my stuff in. I don't want to over bulk it. So we're going to come down the shank. Nice even wraps. It gets a little bit trickier when you get to the bottom here. And then when I get to I'm sitting right past the barb of the hook. I'm going to start moving this back up.
Oh boy, Will he says it's snowing in South Saskatchewan.
Woo!
Well, you guys can have it. We've
Yeah.
had our share of it.
Actually, I got to Squamish this morning, and everything was
sweet, yeah.
covered
We went
in
to,
like 3 centimeters of snow.
Fresh snow.
Fresh snow.
Ooh.
Yep.
Okay.
All right, so we got back up, and I'm just gonna go back down about halfway from what I was doing here. So you see how it's already built the profile of the fly? Just nip that off. Oh, I think I moved my vise slightly.
That's okay. We're still in focus.
All right. Save that a little piece. So let's get this on here. Now we go to our thread.
Awesome.
Who makes that lead tape, Scotty?
This one happens to be Dragonfly.
Okay.
All right, so we're gonna get our thread on,
It's for letting golf clubs as well.
and I'm gonna get some securing wraps onto the body here. Use my thread to really work this profile now. Let's get rid of this tag. No, we're just going to fill in some of those transitions with thread. I don't want them showing up. You want to make sure you build a little bit of a dam in the front, so you got a smooth transition again, so you can get this thing up. All right. Now this is probably the most lengthy part of the fly. I just want to make sure I get it nice and even.
Yeah, like we were saying earlier, there's no perfect bug, but they are when Scotty ties them.
All right, so we're pretty happy there. So first, we're going to tie in our the back material, which is scud back and light olive, 1/8 of an inch. I like to just trim it into a little point. Helps get it in. So just nip it out. And I'm going to attach this right to where that lead had stopped. So get it in. Give yourself a couple good turns before you pull this tight. Alright. Now I'm just going to work it down the bend a little bit. There we go. And I'm going to bring my thread back up to where the lead was. Now we're going to go in with our uni yarn. I like to just give it a little twist to make sure it's all nice and tight. I'm going to trap it right behind that lead. So those couple of materials are going to help again with that transition from the lead to the bare shank. And then I'm going to work my thread back up the fly. And I'm going to probably go about, I'm going to leave 1/4 left there. Alright, now I did that. So excuse the focus for a second, folks. We'll try and get this. I'm just going to put my bobbin holder on here.
Yeah, that makes things a little easier,
Yeah.
don't it?
Makes it a little bit easier. So the camera is still kind of in the way from doing this. Alright, so let's get this thread out of the way. If you like, which I'm going to like, I'm just going to put a little half inch in there so it doesn't go anywhere. There we go. Alright, so now construction of this fantastic body begins. Shorten this up so we don't hit the camera. Now we're going to take 2 wraps right on top of each other with our yarn. And we're going to take our scud back. And now you can see on the original when I get it up here, you can see that it goes from thin to thick as it moves up. So you control that by pulling on this. So you make it thinner at the back. So I'm pulling pretty
Just hold
good.
that still for 2 seconds there, Scott. I just want to make sure that we've got this in focus, because after moving it, it looks like it kind of pitched a bit. There, okay, we're good.
Alright, so I'm pulling on it pretty good to keep a nice thin profile. Trap it with that yarn. Get it back out of the way.
It's a
Two
little
wraps.
tricky with that camera so close, isn't it?
It is. It's making it. It's a challenge. Yeah,
Yeah.
I won't lie. And then we go back to our stretch. Get it in there. Because yeah, normally my bobbin holder,
It's sitting straight out in front of you.
I get out to the side away from me. Anyways, so we got it trapped in there. Let's drop that back again. So first 2 wraps, maybe 3. So the first couple I only did 2. This time I'm going to start making these sections a little bigger, so I'm going to go to 3. And now as I'm moving up, I'm pulling less and less on the scud back, so I want it to start getting broader as the fly gets broader as it moves towards the head. And I'm going to go back in there again. 1, 2, 3. And now I'm pulling very lightly on this scud back. I'm hardly doing any at all.
Scotty.
Yep.
No, not you.
No.
The other Scotty. It's a little tricky when you got 2 Scots in the same.
1, 2, 3 again.
It gives me a digital copy. I just copied Facebook.
Bam. And the last one here. 2, 3. All right. There we go. So we got all that trapped in.
Buddy, that fly's coming together nicely.
Thank you, thank you. So now we're gonna go back to our thread. Shorten her up after my thread holder. Trap all that stuff. Give it a good couple of twists with the
Yeah, we gotta
thread.
give this guy a shout out. Rich Woodhouse. You know, since you discovered the show last fall, you've changed your work hours. Friday's closing early to get home to watch. Cheers, guys.
Ha, that's awesome.
Buddy, we love guys like you. What we need you to do, if you're an avid fly tyer, go over to our Facebook page, throw up a picture of your favorite fly and the recipe. We will do our darndest to feature that on Friday Night Flies, buddy. We appreciate your feedback and loyalty too, bud.
Alright, so we got that in. I'm just going to move my thread back to leave room for me to be able to put all this stuff in here. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to grab 2 feathers of CDC. You can see one's very curved, one's kind of straight. I want 2 that are kind of matching. Yeah, where's another nice straight one? Right there. And then with our scissors, and save this stuff. This stuff is gold. So with our
Yeah, it
this
is.
stuff is gold. So what I'm going to do is just pull the CDC away from the stem, and with my scissors, I'm going to do it down low because it's a little hard. Because I don't want to lose all this. So do it down low, but you're just going to cut the fibers right off the side. All right.
And save it.
And then you want to save the fibers, and you want to save the stem in the middle. So once I get the one side done, I'll pick it up and show you.
Tell you, there was a bit of a mess there when you came in today. We've been working with deer hair and elk hair.
It was everywhere. Thought you guys went hunting.
Yeah. No, been working with Ethan here for the last hour or half hour or something. Working on his elk hair caddis, and I had a bunch of deer hair that I had to get rid of anyhow, some body hair. So, but we're pretty excited to showcase Ethan's homework here. He's been doing pretty good on her.
Yeah, I got in here and he was sitting quietly in the corner, just mad tying.
Oh yeah.
Let's get that fly perfect for the show. Alright, so you got one horn, and I got a little pile of CDC here. And bear with me, I'm going to do one more, and then we'll get tying again. And I'm trimming it fairly close to that stem. The CDC creates a really cool effect in the water. The fibers naturally trap air bubbles, which to the fish also resembles life. natural bugs. They get air pockets and stuff. And all right, so we got our 2 horns. We're gonna put them to a side and not lose them. And we got a little pile of CDC here. So I'm just gonna pick up all this CDC with my fingers. I got my pile. Ooh, a little breezy in here. And I'm going to dub it right onto my thread here.
Wow. You don't waste a thing.
Alright, so just a nice messy dub of that in there. Run your thread through it a couple times so it stays on. Perfect. I like to just kind of push it down, move my thread to the front, give myself one wrap in there. And I almost forgot all about my eyes, but don't worry, I'm not going to forget about them. So I'm going to grab my 2 horns that I've made. I like to have them so that the curvature goes along with the fly like they naturally would. We're going to measure them up. So you want them to be about half of the body length past. So you're looking at, what would that be? 1.5 times the length of the fly. I'm going to trap those 2 right on top here.
You know the side profile of that fly?
Yeah.
Is nothing until you roll it on
On the top there?
Oh yeah, man. Like you'll see here shortly.
Alright, so we got those horns tied in. Get rid of these tags.
Golden peasant tail. No, not golden peasant tail.
Okay. So now let's put in the eyes for this guy. So you guys have seen it a million times. So we took 20-pound mono, melted the tip down. So I hold them in a little pair of pliers, and the pliers, I have little marks on my pliers that tells me the width. So I melt it right to the plier, melt it right to the plier. That way your flies are always the same. And then on that melted tip, you can see mine have a little red hue to them. I don't know if you can see it on the camera.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah.
So I took a Sharpie, colored it in red, and then put a drop of UV on top.
And what monofilament do we use?
What's it called again?
Strand, clear blue.
Yeah,
And the
because
reason for that?
It's UV.
Big time UV.
It is big time UV.
Let me see if I got a. Here, I'll just see. We got to show that, Scott.
So when you're looking for that light, I'm going to tie in these eyes.
There you go. Yeah, there you go. You can show.
I'm going to lock it in here first, and then I'll turn it on its side, and you can really see.
Okay.
Oh, maybe not.
Well, does it show it or no?
I can see it.
Yeah, there you go.
Put that freaking around. I lost my placement on the eyes. So we're going to figure eight these eyes in if I can figure out how I figured eight them. So I can undo it.
Why'd you lose your place when I?
Yeah, they just slid when I was waiting. It's no biggie. Excuse the fingers, guys, but I just need to get there. We go. All right, so let's just get this going. Get these little CDC fibers out of the eye. Just gonna make it so it doesn't slide down again, and just fill that little gap up a bit. There we go. All right. So we want them just back from that eye of the hook. Right on top. Takes a little bit sometimes to get them right in the middle.
Right where you want.
I'll turn it over in a second and I'll get my fingers out and you can see where we're at.
It's amazing how those bug eyes just change that fly completely.
Can you see them when I turn it?
A little bit, yeah. It's kinda, yeah. Just push it back a bit. There you go. Now roll it. Yeah.
There you go.
There you go. That's a big difference there. Yeah.
Alright, so we got those on. And finish this guy up, we just use a little bit of dubbing.
Looks like it's out of focus again.
Yeah, because I just shifted. So we'll get her back in focus. So now I got this, our famous diamond dub from Superfly is going to finish this fly off. You got her back?
Yep.
Okay. Hands are going back in then. So this is the dark olive bronze.
Oh,
Really liking this dark olive bronze
Are
color.
you pulling it out of my box?
No, it's my box.
I've got like almost a complete box full of that stuff, man.
Alright, so I want to dub in right behind the eyes. We're going to do a couple I like to make it a little tight here. Build up the head. Go between the eyes.
You know what? I've yet to find a dubbin easier to use than that stuff.
It's
It is
pretty
so
fun.
Oh,
So you want to build a nice prominent head on there. You can sneak that thread back in front around that eye of the hook. And we're going to whip finish. Get in there. And then when you're doing them at home, put a little dop of head cement on there and you're off to the races. And the last thing that I like to do is just kind of pick out a little bit. Depends on how that CDC leg area went. Sometimes I like to just go in and just pick out a little bit of it, because it does get trapped a little bit. Just rough her up. So you can see you can change the look of it by changing the color of that scud back. So this one here I did with brown, this one I did with an olive. You still have that contrast, but you can lighten it up or darken it based on what you see in the river. I did a couple with red as well. Looked really good, a little bit more of a hot spot.
you know what? You don't see the scud back nearly as much as you do with the darker ones, eh?
Yeah, like the
No.
dark one really pops.
Yeah.
And then this one's a little bit more subtle.
Funny thing is, I actually thought you were using cassette tape on that one.
Almost looks like it. It has that. That would work too.
Yeah, it rips so easy though. You'd have to
Yeah.
you'd have to protect it afterwards. You could use like Guden prod though.
Yeah.
Guden prod, but there's no stretch to the Guden prod though, really.
No, but so yeah, with the back, you can even use pheasant tail if you wanted. You can use any kind of fabric. I like the scud back because I can get that
It's
as
easy
well
to
as
use
it
too.
as well as going from smaller to bigger in my sections. I can get it going from small at the tail, wider towards the head. A little bit more natural just
Oh,
because
yeah.
of the stretch.
Just by pulling it.
So that's my first fly.
Hey, give me a thumbs up or something for a thumbnail there, Scotty.
Bang!
Can you get your hands in a little closer so I can see your hands there?
All right, we'll try it again.
Right there, perfect. Bingo, got her. Okay,
right.
we're going back up top here, Scotty.
All right.
So if anybody was wondering what that was all about, that's for the thumbnail in our
Yeah, we've
Friday Night Flies.
Yeah, we've started being a little comical apparently out of nowhere with the thumbnails. It started off with somebody giving a thumbs up, and then everybody was trying to do this because I was like, I need a thumbnail. And they're like, okay, well, there's my nail. So it's just for the photo for the page for the fly.
Yeah.
So
And if you haven't been to FridayNightFlies.com, the website's up in the top left corner here. Check it out. Go on over there. No, the top right. Yeah, your top right there left.
I can see it right in there somewhere.
Okay.
Anyhow, thanks for watching it on Boulder. We love having you tie up some of these flies, give it a whirl. We got a couple other videos coming up, so stay tuned. We'll be back in like 5-10 minutes once we get the next guy set up in here, and enjoy the night.